this video, we're going to have a look at percentage of quantities. Let's say 25% of 800 students use the library regularly. How many students is that? We're going to have a look at this in three different ways. 25% can be written as 25 over 100, and then we're going to times by the amount. Now we're going to simplify this problem. 100 goes into 800 8 times, so we're left with 25 times 8, which is 200 students. The second method is taking the same problem, 25 over 100 times 800 students, but first simplifying the fraction before we cancel. This would 25 over 100 simplifies to 1 over 4 times 800, and we get 800 over 4, which is also 200 students. The other method is kind of like a unitary method where we think about, well, what's 10%? 10% of 800 students equals 80 students, and 5% will be half of that, so 40 students. So 25% is 2 lots of 80 plus 40 students, and we get the same answer, 200 students. Let's take another example. Suppose 14% of 1,200 students use the student help desk regularly. How many students is that? So we'll write the fraction 14 over 100 times 1,200 students. 100 goes into 1,200 12 times, and 14 times 12 is 168 students. The second way, we're going to simplify the fraction. 14 over 100 times 1,200 students. 14 over 100 simplifies to 7 over 50 times 1,200. 50 goes into 1,200 24 times. Now we've got a harder multiplication. 7 times 24 is also 168, so we probably would avoid that method. Our third method, well, 10% is 120 students, and 1% will be 12 students. So 14% will have 120 students plus 4 lots of 12, which equals also 168 students. So 3 different methods to choose from. One more example to make sure you've got it. 20% of 415. I write the fraction 20 over 100, 20% times 415. I'm going to simplify. I'm going to divide 100 and 415 by 5 to simplify. So I get 20 over 20 times 83. Now 20 over 20 is just 1, so I've got the answer 83. Let's try simplifying. 20 over 100 times 415. 20 over 100 simplifies to 1/5 times 415. 415 over 5 equals 83. Lastly, I think this is the easiest. 10% is 41.5, as long as you're happy to work with decimals. So 20% will be double that, which will be 83. 3 methods to choose from and 3 examples.